Hey everyone, I'm here with Sheento, the mid laner for Sanguine, here to talk about Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 1, and maybe look towards Worlds, which is coming up shortly. So starting off with Phase 2, you guys have done a lot of winning this phase, and even in Phase 1 as well. How are you guys feeling, beating a lot of the teams in this league? Sort of being the new team to come in.
Yeah, we feel pretty confident, to be honest. In the first phase, we ended up first place, so that's really good for us because the first year being the SPL and be the number one seed in the first phase is really good. Give you a lot of confidence to us. And in this second phase, we're confident too. We are like working in a screen more. We're double blocking a screen like every day.
Yeah,
We're preparing for playoff and walls for sure.
sure. Now, I said that you've had a lot of winning this phase, but it seems like the two teams that you've had trouble with are Ghost and SSG. What is it about
Yeah.
those two teams that specifically is giving you guys a lot of trouble? Because it seems against any other team in the league, you guys are going to take the win most of the time.
Yeah, I think with Ghost, what happened is Ghost is so aggressive team in the early game.
Yeah,
That's a issue for us. If they play aggressive, they play aggro in early. That's a big issue for us. And yeah, I think the Ghost snowball a lot for that early game, and I think that was we get trouble all over versus Ghost. And versus Space Station, I think Space Station know how to play versus us, know how to team fight, know how to do what to do, and be aggressive too sometimes. So yeah, we get some troubles with
sure.
that two top teams.
Yeah, I imagine you must scrim both of those guys pretty often as well. And I remember talking to some other players like Sam, who said that they see that you guys take some things from some of these top teams that you scrim against. What are some things that you guys, take from Ghost or Space Station and try to implement on your own team?
Versus with Ghost, we try to play in more aggressive in early. We try to like stop farming. For example, Parirom and run, you stop farming and go play aggressive. Go play in the back camp. Go in beds.
Sure,
Go play with Jarkor. Make something happen in the map in the earlys. But yeah, we're still like improving in that, and we're gonna still try to improve in the early game. I think is our
sure,
biggest issue.
sure. So one thing I noticed, especially with, especially looking closely into some of the losses, is it seems that teams, when you lose, it seems that teams like to ban your God pool out. Is there something to be said for that? When a team bans Persephone and Hebo and Merlin, or even picks up the Hebo for themselves, do you feel like your team is kind of susceptible to getting your God pool banned out?
Yeah, sometimes I start to like pick my picks on, always in the three first pick because
Sure.
they're always like Band Todd, Melee or something. But I think the Persephone and Hero bands are more like OP gods. I
Okay.
know how to play it, but I don't think so it's only like for me. It's because they're pretty good and they're pretty broken right now.
Yeah. So when some of these meta picks are banned out, do you feel comfortable? I think you played Thoth a lot when teams look to ban you out. Is that maybe one of your comfort picks?
Yeah, I usually can play wherever. I can play Todd, I can play Merlin. The thing with Merlin is so bad in early. That's why
Sure.
I don't like to like play Merlin versus Ghost and all that team. But yeah, it's a pretty good pick. But for example, if Persephone or Hebo is open, I'm gonna pick it right away. So yeah.
I see. Okay. Do you try to use the fact that other teams may try to target ban you specifically to get other picks in other roles? Like if they know if you guys know they're gonna ban Persephone and Merlin and Hebo and those sorts of things against you specifically, is that some of the calculus that goes into getting good picks for either Yarkor or Panatome or Rangu or your other teammates?
Yeah, for sure. That's a big thing because we always talk about the games and we always like think about what they're gonna ban, what they're gonna do, and if they ban, for example, they always ban Gemoya versus us. They
Yeah,
always want like Persephone or something like that. But yeah, for example, we can pick Rama, we can pick Arthur. We can pick some Cthulhu for Yarkor. So yeah, we always like play around that, and we play all the week around that. For example, if I know they're gonna ban Persephone and Hivo, I don't gonna play that two gods in the week. I'm gonna like
Sure,
try
sure.
to practice other gods and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I understand. A lot of times these analysts and even some of the community members, some of the people that I have on my show, we talk a little bit about how the team only goes as far as the carries, specifically you and Netroid, sort of can take them in some of these games and team fights. Do you guys sort of feel that pressure on both you and Netroid, sort of as like the backline carries for this team to execute in team fights in order to get wins and things like that? Or do you think there are other ways that your team can take wins from teams?
I think it depends of the comps, obviously, but I think if Jarkor and Panirom is playing a good game, me and Nitro we have the very easy job to do
Sure,
because
sure,
Jarkor and Panirom is like killing all, and me and Nitro we only need to kill the front lines. So yeah, I think we need to like the five be in the same page. We're not like if Nitro play well, we're gonna win now. We need to play the five. We need to play well and be in the same page. Probably I think we're gonna win.
sure, sure. So, a couple more things about Phase 2. I know that Oxy, your coach, recently came to the house and is now in Atlanta with you guys. Can you maybe talk about the impact that has, been for you guys since he's moved in?
Yeah, I think that it's a big difference to have the coach here because he see a lot of things. He can like tell to us. He see the comms. He see everything, and he always like be with us with saying like you need to build this, you need to pick this, you need to like, and we're all talking, and that's pretty good to like have all six here in the house to like watch some games, scream, talk, and yeah, hang out and all that. Yeah,
Sure,
that's.
sure. Is there something specific maybe you could point to that he has influenced in the team since he's come?
I think in a lot of things, in responsibility, in being time on the screen, some picks don't troll the screen. That's very important to like not troll the screen because we are sometimes we troll a lot.
Sure, sure.
Uh, yeah, picks and ban. I think we are so much better now because Oxy is here. So yeah, I think his picks and bans are really good to us with Oxy here.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned a little bit of maybe trolling scrims. And early on in the phase, there was some talk of Sanguine maybe being late to scrims and things like that. I remember I talked to Rongyu, and he said you guys have a new system. How's the new system working out?
Yeah, in the first phase, it was to be honest, it was only me. I always wake up so late for a scream. It was all on me. But yeah, I try to I fix that too because I now I'm wake up in at 7 a.m. So yeah, that shit is not happening anymore. So
Sure, sure. Rangyu mentioned that you guys had like this new system with like a whiteboard and everyone has to be in the living room an hour before scrims and things like that. Is that still going on? That new system, has that been continuing?
no, that's it. It's
how
gone. It's gone.
long?
Yeah,
How long did that last?
they last like 2 weeks. I think 3 weeks. I think goner.
Did it help at all a little bit for those 2 or 3 weeks, or?
Yeah, because at that time the schedule was very good too. My
Mm,
schedule is probably fucked it up right now
sure,
because
sure.
yesterday was the Oxy birthday, so
Mm,
yeah we all went to bed so late. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, I think also I feel like a lot of teams maybe are taking it a little bit easier as the phase winds down. They're maybe saving some things for Worlds. Is that something that you guys are doing? Are you trying to maybe hide some things from your SPL opponents in these last weeks
no,
of the phase?
no, I think it's we have like 3 months. I think until War right in this in
Sure.
January,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be it's gonna be like three patch or something like that. So yeah, we're not like hiding anything. We're like playing the game and trying to win like always.
Sure. You don't think there will be like, or you think there'll be enough changes in those? I think it'll only be 2 patches that will come before Worlds is played. Is there going to be enough changes that it's not worth
I mean, I think that there's gonna be a new ADC or something like that, right?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, but I think they always like do a big patch after. I mean, before walls. So yeah, we need to wait. I think.
Sure, sure. I also know that I think qualifiers uh, ends around December, and a lot of players feel that there's quite a bit of time between the end of Worlds qualifiers and the start of Worlds, which happens like the first or second
One
week
more.
in January. Yeah, 1 month time. Are you guys concerned about that time off? Is that maybe getting rusty or losing some motivation in that 1 month time where there's not really anything going on, or you think that Worlds is a big enough draw to you guys that will keep you focused?
Yeah, I think that is the thing. For example, the team win playoff. I don't think so. It's gonna like win war or something like that because it's 1 month. I
Yeah,
mean, I think the team is gonna win world is the team he prepared well in that bond. He screamed a lot in that month, and he be prepared to world because yeah, it's 1 month of difference play of two worlds.
yeah. Are you guys concerned about losing focus in that month?
Now, if we still screaming, still serious and still playing the game a lot, we're not concerned about that.
Sure, sure. All right, so I do have to ask you, what are the team's sort of expectations going into phase two playoffs? And I imagine, given your standings in phase one and this phase, you probably won't have to go through the world's qualifiers, right?
I don't know. I think if we place one or second, I think we are secure for world.
Okay, in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So yeah, how do you guys feel about playoffs? Do you guys think that first or second is an achievable result for you guys, or are there some teams that are particularly worrisome for you looking towards playoffs?
I mean, if you wanna win playoff, if you wanna win world, you need to win to all the teams. So I don't know if you I need to play first round with versus goals. I don't care. I'm gonna play because if you wanna be the best in the world, you need to win to all the teams.
Sure, sure.
But yeah, we're confident that we know we can win if we are on the same page and we're playing well the game. So yeah, we're gonna try.
Yeah, of course. Okay, I think that's basically all my questions for phase two here. Um, Maybe moving on to phase one. We talked a little bit about sort of the surprising, you guys being first place after phase one, and I just I want to come back to that a little bit. Was that something that you guys expected coming into the league? Like when you started at the beginning, did you guys even think that getting first place would be a possibility, or how was
Now,
that like for you guys?
to be honest with you, we don't expect it to be like 1 second or third place. To be
Sure.
honest, we are expecting to like not be the last place, but we are like 4 or 5. But yeah, was really really surprised for us. Yeah, I remember we play so well that first phase. And the thing is, I think the team they don't know us. That was
Hmm.
they get like surprised by our play styles and all that.
Sure. I know you must have scrimmed some SPL teams before phase one started, and I talked to Aurora, I think, in the first episode of my show, and he said from the scrims that they had with you guys that they felt that you guys would be a pretty strong team. Can you talk about those early scrims before phase one started and sort of what you guys were experiencing?
Yeah, I remember we screaming the Axis replay in Atlanta in Walls in the last year Walls. No, I mean
Yeah,
was this year. I'm sorry, was this year in January.
sure, sure.
And yeah, we're stomping all the team. I remember we stomped Splice. We play really good versus Pittsburgh too. So yeah, we're pretty much confident for that, and we know we have the SPL level to be here competing.
Yeah. I was interested that you guys said that you were surprised. Why did you guys think you wouldn't be able to compete for the top spot in phase one? Was it just maybe lack of experience? You know,
Yeah, there is many things. Lack of experience, not too much like play versus that these guys. And in Worlds we get like kinda stumped by rival too. So yeah, we're like I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, we we turn around and we play really
Sure.
well.
Yeah, definitely. Last thing about phase one, since you guys are all relatively new to the SPL, what are some lessons that you guys learned from phase one playoffs? That must have been sort of like, apart from Worlds, like the first big SPL land. So what are some lessons that you guys learned from it?
A lot. I mean,
Yeah,
in the game personally, in the team in general, a lot. We like. I mean, it's so much change to like be playing the SPL to playing the SPL is a lot of change. You learn a lot of things about the game, about to be responsible, about to a lot of things, and it's really good because you grow up like a player and like a person too.
sure. And I imagine moving away from like your parents and your family and all plays into that a little bit as well, right?
Yeah, the thing is, I have like 5 years to like not living with my
Sure,
parents.
sure. But for the other people on your team,
Ah, yeah,
that must be a big change for them.
yeah. It's a big change to like live in a house with all your friends and your teammates. Like it's crazy too.
Yeah.
A really good experience.
How is that dynamic? I mean, you guys must have different food cultures and things like that, all coming from different sort of backgrounds, different countries, and things like that. How have you guys been able to find things from your home in the U.S. easily, or has that been hard to sort of get some of those things?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of plays in like Uber Eats and all that from our country, from food from Uruguay, from food from Peru, food from Colombia. So yeah, um, I mean, we love the food here in United
Sure.
States. We love like Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, those like tasty things. It's like you cannot say no to that. Like
Well, but everyone misses the taste of home, I imagine.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, if you buy food here, it's not gonna be the same that like
Sure.
your mom make. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Is there anything particularly that you miss from back home? I don't know exactly where you're from. Where are you from?
I'm from Uruguay.
Oh, Uruguay. Okay, great. Is there something from Uruguay that you particularly miss or are nostalgic
Yeah,
about?
yeah, I miss a lot of things. I miss one thing. Yes, la milanesa is called.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a big stick with like you put in the in the even and all that is so good.
Sure.
But yeah, I miss a lot of food from there. Yeah.
Okay. Want to move on maybe to talking a little bit about your prior Smite career. And I'm sure a lot of people will know that this Sanguine team played with Haddix at Worlds in Season 5, but I'm not sure how many people remember that you were on a LATAM team that made it to Worlds, I believe earlier in Season 3. You were playing solo laner. Can
Yeah,
you can you talk about that experience, that Worlds experience in Season 3 a little bit?
that work experience was the best experience I experienced in my life. It
Yeah.
was it was the best thing in my life. I remember it was in Covenery. I was I was like 17 years old, something like that. It
Hmm.
was the first time I flew to United States. It was a really high moment, and I remember I said to me like I wanna be like this big guy. I wanna win worlds. I wanna be the best in the world. And yeah, I'm here now. I too.
How was that team? Like, how did you get to be a part of that team? And can you talk about your guys' run to Worlds a little bit?
Yeah, my team was Ron, you, me, and three other guys. One from Argentina and the other guy from North. But yeah, that was like the the best team from Latin America. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
And yeah, we're like playing each other. I remember we're all friends. We make a team, and yeah, we qualify.
Sure. Do you have any maybe like starstruck moments when you saw some of these other SPL players? I think that was one of the first worlds that I was really into, and I remember watching Zap there because it had been, I think, a long time since he had been to an international tournament and things like that. Are there some players that you sort of looked up to that you were able to meet finally at that season 3 worlds?
I mean, all the players, all the good players, was adapting with energy. I think was
Yeah,
the best
yeah.
team in the world. Was I don't know, was Sabma, was team from EU, a lot. I was like, wow, where am I? I was
Sure.
like, yeah, so fanboy in that moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So now that you've basically been to Worlds twice, counting season 3 and season 5, can you talk about some lessons that you've learned from Worlds specifically? Because I feel like the Worlds tournament, especially in the past, like we don't know how it's going to be this year with COVID, but in the past, it's always sort of a different energy than lands or qualifiers or those other things. Can you talk
yeah.
about how it is playing in Worlds and maybe some things that you learned from that you use now, playing in the SPL?
At the beginning, it's like you are nervous to like when you go up to this to the computer and all that. It was a lot of nervous
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
me and my team, I think. But then we just play. I think in Worlds it's a momentum. It's a momentum. The team win when they get a good momentum, and when they get a good day, a good momentum. So yeah, I uh, I think that's a big thing.
Is there something that you guys do to like build momentum, maybe out of the game, kind of right now in the SPL? Like I know your guys' comms. We see Blaine and some of the other Sanguine guys post those on Twitter and things like that, and they're always super hype. Is that part of like building momentum for your team?
Yeah, we try to like scream a lot in the games, in the SPL, in the scream too, to like hype it up the team.
Sure.
Ronju is always like the guy is like screaming a lot, hype it up all the thing. Cause I think scream is like they give you like energy to like play the game well. Cause if someone is screaming, like you go in, and yeah, it's really good.
Does that backfire any times where like maybe someone is a little overhyped too early and it
Yeah.
throws off the engagement a little bit?
Yeah, that happened a lot. I remember that happened to us in the first phase. To like
Mm,
we overhype, and
mm,
we, for example, Nitro dash in middle of the Phoenix, and he insta dive, and yeah, we try to work a lot to the overhype. That's a bad thing too.
sure, sure. All right, I'm sort of coming up on the end here, and so one question I really love to ask all the players is what are and who are some mentors that you might have had in your SPL career so far? And if you don't really have any mentors, or even if you do, who are also maybe some rivals that you've had from LATAM or even now in the SPL?
Mentor, I mean, all the guys, but I mean, I remember back in the day when I was playing solo, it was Dead Walker a lot,
Hmm,
and now in mid, I watch a lot. I watch a lot. Big Man sometimes, Dardes. Yeah, I watch a lot of the guys. And rival, I don't know. With Max, I wanna win Max. I wanna win Pandacat in Worlds because he beat me last time. I need to like beat him now.
sure, sure.
But
What?
yeah, it's like more like friendly.
Yeah, yeah, of course. What about in LATAM? Were there any players in the LATAM scene that helped you on your journey at all?
I mean, back in the day, yeah, it was a lot. It was one, I think, it was Belway.
Hmm.
When I was solo, it
Yeah.
was a big rivalry versus him. It was really good and really intense the lane. But well, I'm friendly. I'm not like rival with people and all
Sure.
that. I'm trying to be friendly with all the people because back in the day we playing a game. We are in the same page. We are all humans. And why you wanna hate?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Well, I'm going to ask you now to maybe hate on some people because at the end of these interviews, I always like to ask, who are you beefing with? Who is it to get your scribs? Who are you trying to call out? And finally, of course, feel free to shout out anyone you want to shout out. And then, I always also like to give the players the ability to just speak whatever they want to speak. So the soapbox is yours now, Sheento.
Okay.
Who's in your crosshairs?
In my cross is Pandacat. You already know Pandacat. I'm gonna crush that fucking little guy.
Okay.
And yeah, shout out to all the people from United States, from all the world. They are with us. They are playing with us. And yeah, can I speak something in Spanish?
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
Muchas gracias a toda la gente de LATAM, muchas gracias a toda la gente que nos ha estado apoyando, la gente de habla hispana, de España, de Latinoamérica. Muchas gracias a todos por los que siempre están ahí con nosotros, apoyándonos. Vamos a intentar dejar a LATAM en lo más alto, vamos a intentar ganar World, vamos a demostrar a toda esa gente que dice que LATAM no vale, que LATAM no es igual a todas las otras regiones. Y sí, muchas gracias a todos y espero les haya encantado esta interview con APAM.
Well, thanks a lot for coming on as well. I really appreciate it. You know, it's always great to have not just you, but any SPL player come on. And I wish you guys the best of luck in Worlds, in playoffs, and qualifiers, and all the rest of your games, and even next season in the SPL. So thanks a lot for coming on.
No, thank you, APAM, for the invite. I really appreciate it. It
Awesome,
was a
man.
fun time.
Yeah.